Hey, this is Joey Pants. I was Cypher in the Matrix.
Hey, this is Michael Popper, aka The Kid.
This is Captain Soren of the Vigilant.
This is Andrew Lewis Caldwell, aka Jude from Matrix Resurrections.
Welcome to the bottom of the rabbit hole.
Welcome to the bottom of the rabbit hole.
And welcome to the bottom of the rabbit hole.
Hey, all you little batteries out there. Gina Torres here, and welcome to the bottom of the rabbit hole.
Welcome to Neomatrixology. This is the place to save the Matrix.
That's right. That's right. Welcome to the bottom of the rabbit hole. We've got our resident Matrix Online advisor, Vesuvius, here with us tonight, and Matrix San in the class already. Say hello to the class, V.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back.
So, yeah, it's been, since around the Thanksgiving time since we did a live. So I just wanted to jump on and say what's up to you guys. Missed you guys. It's the official holiday season. We're scheduled to get some snow here tomorrow. But as Vesuvius pointed out, it's already snowing in the Matrix. So I figured we jump into the Matrix Online and hang out there. Yeah, what's going on? Did you right, you said you got your white belt in your photocopier pass, right?
I did, yeah, for the NFT project.
Yeah, the mission 3.
Yeah, so I got them both, and I am awaiting instructions, I guess.
Well, I guess since I mentioned it, I should show everybody what we're talking about, right? Let me see if I can find that here. Yeah, we're freestyling, so you got to bear with us. Let's see here. All right, so the white belt. Actually, I'll just show all of them, right? Because last time it had started already, but the streaks, right? I could only show the throwing star and the post-its, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me, the pen.
Oh, yeah.
Share my screen here.
Post-its were after that, right?
Right, I think it was the pen, the paper clips, and then the post-its.
Something like that. I didn't get the third one.
Oh, really? I thought, okay. So I'm confused.
No,
I thought you would have had to have a long enough streak to get the third one if you got the copier pass, but
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't really remember.
Because one of them for me, like I think it might have been it was the copier pass. Like it took a while to drop. Like I didn't get it right away. Like I got the white belt first, even though I was, signing them in every day at the same time. But then like a day later, the photocopier pass popped up. Sorry, am I sharing my screen? No, okay. Okay, so here, right. I think I had the throwing star and the pen for the previous live stream. But in order to participate in the next phase, you would have had to have gotten either the photocopier pass, which is this one, or the white belt, where is that? I know I have one. There it is.
Is it on the right? Oh, there.
Bam. Actually, let me see if I can pull up the tweet just to get everybody caught up on what it is we're talking about here. All right, here we go. Yeah, congratulations on all your hard work. It's being noticed. Your boss has awarded you with this reward NFT for those who missed it. Work a little harder in this next simulation, and you may impress your boss to earn the next reward NFT. So, right, mission 3 is technically over, I guess, right? But then if you got the photocopier pass or the white belt, right here it says, congratulations on your hard work training at the dojo. The dojo master is pleased to present you with the next belt for your gi with this reward NFT. Missed your training, you have another chance to earn their respect and a reward NFT by working hard in the next simulation. Do you know what date that starts off the top of your head? Is that here? I don't know if it says it here.
I don't. I thought it was soon.
Yeah, I think it's like
But-
next week or something, right?
Yeah, I also thought it was next week, but it kind of doesn't make sense because that's holiday time.
Yeah, these things don't always make sense. Yeah, I'm not quickly seeing here when the next one starts. But yeah, if you got the white belt or the photocopier pass, there's gonna be a Discord coins event. I believe that's tomorrow. Right.
Oh, yeah. Noon.
Now, is that noon Pacific time or Eastern time? I think it might be 3-hour time.
I think it might be 3 p.m. our time. It'd be Eastern and 12 Pacific because I saw them both.
Yeah. It
But
says
I was
hold-
able to set a reminder on Instagram.
Well, yeah, if you remember, shoot me a message. I think it's like a group, like a team kind of thing. Like whoever solves the puzzle first gets a prize. So if you think of it, shoot me a message on Discord. I'll try to be available. It says must hold either photocopy or white belt. Must use the Nifty's Connect channel in Discord to link your account to your Nifty's profile. You'll compete with your fellow community members in a red pill versus blue pill. Choose your own adventure style relay race. Those in the winning team will receive Discord coins, which you are able to use in our Nifty's Discord shop.
Hope you don't have to answer a question faster than everyone else.
Well, anyway, that's what's going on with that. So let me pull up the Matrix online real quick here. Where did you say you were? Is it snowing where you are right now?
It is. I'm in the Yuki construct, which is Japanese for winter. Also, the name of the cat in one of those Animatrix. Which one was it? Beyond, the Beyond
Yep, Beyond.
episode.
Beyond. Correct. Good call.
Yeah, the haunted house.
The main character's name is Yoko, and her cat's name is Yuki.
Yep.
I know people from the Emu know those sounds well. And you said you're in Uriah?
I used Median. I used the bookstore Median to teleport.
Oh, it's at Minion Park East?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Now you said you're at the bookstore?
Yeah, it's yeah. Pull up your map. It's that little library icon. The archivist proxy.
Yeah, like to go to 01 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need the map for that.
Yeah.
I know where that is. Guess it stopped snowing though.
Yeah, it'll snow like sometimes in the general districts, but it always snows in Yuki. You got the book equipped.
Oh, you're in 01.
Should be the blue book.
I should have it. Well, no, we're all level 50, so it's the green book.
Oh no! The green book will take you somewhere else.
Oh, what? Yeah, no, the green book takes you to 01. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the only one I have. I gotta buy it from the guy. So now we wait. I missed the ride. So yeah, you said in pre-production that you finally got a chance to mess around with the Mid Journey AI art bot.
Yeah, I did. I just did my second one.
Now, what kind of image did you make?
So the first one, I just entered like the Matrix, cityscape, man with formal wear, trench coat, and it popped out a pretty cool image. It kind of looks like a painting.
Yeah, a lot of them. I feel like the default. It seems like it wants to give it like a painting kind of look. Oh, there's my snowflakes. Thank you. Very cool. Nice big snowflake. Now we're in the Christmas spirit. So where are you hanging out at?
I'm in the center. I'm in a place where no elevator will go and no stair can reach.
Let's see here.
You're close.
Are you
Oh, you can
inside?
land on it?
You gotta
No,
you gotta get the
I'm
thing.
on one of the ledges to your left.
You gotta get the thing to light up green, but anywhere the crosshair is green, you should be able to land on.
No, I'm on the west side of that building. Yeah, like right below you.
Okay. Jump down.
Yeah, now I'm right above you.
Back it up. There you go. It is like crazy blizzardy out here. Bam. Oh, you used the NC to get up there?
Yeah, I actually ran up one of the walls and then tried to see what was behind the door, and there was no door, so just ran over to here.
What am I looking for? There we go. So we got our snow. Bellies full of Oracle cookies. So yeah, so I wanted to ask you because when I first started posting, the Mid-Journey pictures, there was a little pushback. So we haven't really gotten a chance to talk about it. The consensus or the, I guess, leading issue that people have is they feel like it's stealing. Now that you've had a chance to play around with it yourself, what are your thoughts on that issue? Do you feel like it's stealing art, or describe your experience with it as a creator?
No, I don't feel like it's stealing. What's the argument for stealing?
Well, and that's the thing. I don't know. Like I said in the Matrix University Discord, I can't speak to what every different AI software is doing, right? Like there's more than one. It's not just Midjourney. Midjourney is the only one that I've been using. I still feel like I'm a novice with it. But I was in a Twitter space about it not long after getting in there. And the way it was explained to me is that the AI in Midjourney is not stealing art. That it might or that what it does is that it searches for your keywords and uses the images that come up through those searches to as a point of reference. That it's still creating these images from scratch. It's as if you're starting with an ink blot, and then it's taking the information that it's gathered or kind of scraped together with those keywords that you're using to create what a full image that it thinks makes sense. With the keywords, it's trying to show you what you imagine. I love that the slash command is imagine. I think that's great. But for example, my favorite example would be the Lexi Clone Army post. And if you haven't seen any of these images, actually I can show you guys real quick here. I did have my Instagram up, right? So here we've got the Oracle baking cookies for tonight. Seraph with wings, Merovingian Chateau.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Which one? The Seraph one?
Yeah, the Seraph one.
So right now, this one is the Lexi Clone Army, and actually, you guys know how I get down. I actually tagged Arendira Ibarra, and if I can find it, she liked it, right? So,
she did.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, she really liked it.
But yeah, the point being, this series of images, the Lexi Clone Army, actually took a screenshot from the film, from the Matrix Resurrections, and sent it into Midjourney, and that's how it created these images. Now, none of the women, there's no two identical women. They all sort of resemble Arendira Ibarra because she was the base image, right? But I mean, even this picture here, The glasses are slightly different. Her hair is different. You know, to me, that kind of is like a good example or illustration of what's happening. You know, it's not just painting over the image, and that's what I hear a lot, is that it's taking existing artist images and just throwing a filter on it, and it's just way
Yeah, it's not doing that.
yeah, it's more involved than that. It's a lot more involved than that. These are two of my favorites. The day the UN attacked 01 and you know, the source, the machine heaven one. But yeah, and the crazy part is I wasn't with, you know, with those are like my first couple of ones, you know, so I was just kind of experimenting with the keywords and trying to get it to paint what I could see with my mind's eye, and that part of it is a struggle. You know, trying to get it to do exactly what you want it to do. At least for me, I'm still navigating. You know, sometimes I feel like I get lucky or stumble onto something that looks really good, and other times I really feel like I'm fighting with it. So yeah, I personally don't. I haven't seen anything that's like hardcore. Oh, this was just straight up digital plagiarism. But I like it a lot. Like it's been a way to come up with different matrix concepts and matrix content and matrix images. You know, every day. Because that's the thing. That's the crazy part about you know, at this point, like how my brain works. I like just randomly think of different matrix scenarios. You know, every day. So it's been really fun for me to be able to express that and share it and show people kind of the different matrix thoughts that run through my imagination. So yeah, I've been definitely encouraging others to have fun with it. You know, you never know which way these things can go. I think it's going to be here for a while. I think it's here to stay. And shout out to like Roberto Blake and everybody in the Matrix University Discord who sent me links to it and images, and you know, encouraged me to jump in there. But yeah, it's been a really fun experience for me. I recommend it to others. And one of the things that I mentioned during the Twitter space when we were talking about it is that you know, for the comic, for people who were here during the last live stream, I shared the NFTs that inspired the Agent Syndicate comic that we're working on. In fact, I believe Body is getting started on that today. But yes, what I said in the Twitter space about the AI art thing is that you know, I still have to commission a real artist for that comic. You know, it's not to the point where I can sit there and tell the machine exactly what I want and get exactly what I see in my mind's eye from Midjourney. It might get there one day. But for right now, I don't have it working quite that well. You know, so there's you know, there's that part of it. I mean, it's not like it's going to completely replace, excuse me, it's not going to completely replace human beings. But that's part of the fun for me, is that I feel like artistically that I'm like literally collaborating with the machine. Like I feel like, you know, the AI, if you want to call it that, I like to call it the machine more. I feel like when we say AI, people kind of automatically jump to like Skynet and Terminator and like,
Yeah.
you know, completely self-aware, sentient, you know, thinking and individual beings. And I wouldn't say that we're there yet. And right, and that's kind of where I'm going with all this, is that, you know, it needs the human interaction. It's not just making things up on its own. You have to guide it, and you know, still new tech, so still, you know, like I said, there are things that can be wonky, like it has difficulty with hands in certain scenarios and certain body parts and things. But yeah, I've been really enjoying sharing those images, so I'm gonna try to keep that going. You know, as part of our ongoing snack program while we wait for some official Matrix content. And also, yeah, just as an update, because I know some people were asking about the simulation theory follow-up, which is in production. Right now, we haven't locked in or casted the actress, like the main actress. That's been the kind of hold up there. But the esoteric Mr. E from our own Matrix University Discord, he did send in his lines. So I do have that audio, and he did a really great job. So I'm really excited to get the lead actress's voiceover so that I can pair that up. And once that's all edited, we're gonna come back here into the emulator and shoot. So that's gonna
Cool.
be exciting. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to do like some emulator casting, right? And see who's gonna operate the main character and whatnot.
Yeah, well, I'm down for whatever. If you need me, I'm in.
Oh, we're definitely gonna need you. I know that you know what you're doing in here. Yeah, no, I'm just looking at my hotbar right now to see what kind of different things. Oh, right, I'm not even wearing glasses right now. Did I take those off? Where are my sunglasses? That's weird. It says they're on, but it's not showing them on. Is that like a Yuki thing?
I don't think so.
Okay, these glasses are
So
on.
I'm not wearing them. Hey, you know what? I've got glasses equipped and mine aren't on.
Yeah, I don't know if the teleport process takes them off or something. That's new. I never noticed that before. I also I
Raiko's
haven't.
messing with us.
Sorry?
I think Raiko's messing with us. just-
Does he know
I
we're
just
live right now?
unequipped. He might. He's probably using some AI to mess with us. Yeah, I just unequipped the glasses and put them back on. They seem to work.
Yeah, I put on a different pair, but this works. And that's the thing. That's what I was gonna say. I've been to 01 a billion times, but I don't know that I've ever been to Yuki in the emulator. Like obviously I've been here when the game was still live.
Yeah, they had a cool boss.
Oh, it's
Tengu. Yeah.
Do you remember what his drop was?
Yuki had gloves and a ninja mask and I think boots. They were like the short ankle boots.
Actually, since we're here, let's show the people at home the dojo.
Yeah.
Kind of relevant to the Matrix NFT mission, right?
It is.
All right, so this is the dojo where you would fight the boss.
This is.
Let's see if I can find it here. Oh, I guess it's not on my hotbar. I thought I had him.
What do you need, a key?
No, I was gonna set mask Tengu. But I don't think I have it saved.
I got to put on my industrial jacket. So you see that jacket that I got in real life?
Oh yeah, that's real nice. That was a great find. And what's crazy is, when we saw Resurrections jackets, I didn't even know that they had done that for the previous sequels.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I found that out like a few years ago. Just kind of looking around and looking at stuff online. I started looking on eBay for like the Matrix Online shirts, and then started finding like other merchandise. So there's like a mouse pad. It's like a whole kit. You have like a mouse pad and like some other office stuff, like pens or something like that. And then I started finding like all these other like crew jackets. And then when Tiger Chen was doing interviews, like I think you noticed it first. He had a jacket that said Resurrections down the side.
Mm-hmm.
So then I started looking for more like crew stuff, but hadn't found anything really good until recently. And of course, the lady that leaked her coat, and we found out the name of the movie. I tried to hit her up. Yeah, the makeup artist. Yeah, I tried to hit her up for her coat, but she didn't respond. Tried a couple of times. So figured, hell, what do we got to lose?
Yeah, it's gonna be a while before somebody comes off of one of the resurrection versions.
Yeah, I think I'll spring for one of those if they ever come available.
I'm pretty sure he has a set mask too. I'm just surprised that I didn't save it.
Tengu? Oh yeah. Of course, I never keep those files handy.
Mm-hmm.
You always got to go looking for them.
Oh, I forgot. Once you go oligarch, this thing doesn't go away, right?
If you do, I think it's /reappear. It'll probably do it, but it'll reload your whole world. That's ampersand reappear.
Yeah, the screen's just dark. How long does it take to reset usually? There it is.
Yeah, a couple of seconds.
And we're back. Yeah, I feel like I tried all the ones that it might be.
I'll find it here in a second.
Found it. Bam. Okay. So this was the boss, Tengu, that was in this dojo when the Matrix Online was still alive. He's very like strong, like Animatrix vibes. What's that episode?
Was it not matriculated?
Program.
Program, yes.
Yeah.
With Duo.
Yep. Which is voiced by Phil Lamar, which I thought was cool. But and I think the main character, I think that was voiced by Hedy Burris, and I think she did more than one voice over, right? I think she did Yuki as well. But yeah, when the Animatrix was new, or at least when I saw it for the first time, Program was one of my favorite episodes. I think just because it was probably the most traditional animation style as far as anime goes. You know, it had the most like authentic anime look to me at that time. But over the years, I mean, I've come to appreciate the other episodes in so many different ways. I often forget about Program now. It's very interesting how your perspective changes over the years. But yeah, I always thought this is one of the cooler bosses in the Matrix Online. I mean, obviously the Taskmaster was my favorite. You know the story behind that. But Tengu had the best, I think, overall look. If I recall, he was not the easiest to take down.
No, they all had like several different trees, different ability trees loaded. So he would be like kung fu and like area hacking.
Yeah. Hello to everybody in the chat. We're just kind of hanging out here. Is it still snowing outside?
I think so.
Yes, it is still snowing outside. So yeah, that's why we came to the dojo here, because there was snow. We wanted to be in the holiday spirit. If you're just joining us here, we're just kind of hanging out in the emulator. And yeah, feel free to ask questions in the chat. I just kind of wanted to jump in and say hi to everybody. I know next week is going to be crazy for a lot of folks, myself included. To get in and say, you know, happy holidays. Update on the different original fan fiction stuff we got in production right now. You know, we started off letting everybody know Mission 3 with the Matrix NFTs has ended. Oh, actually, no. The first simulation ended. Mission 3 isn't over. So that's a correction. Mission 3 itself, I think, goes until what, March?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Shout out to you guys. I see you, Kavion, Jeremy, Steppen RZR. Hello, Beverly. I see you, Yellow Pillar here. Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays to all of you. Hope you guys are getting all your Christmas shopping and eggnog in. We've got the Yuki boss Tengu out here in the snow with his angel wings flapping. Where'd you end up going? I lost you.
I'm still in there, but I'm trying different.
Oh yeah, you're looking crazy right now.
Yeah, that's Link. Link in a blender. That's Link if you was on board the Gnosis when Bane attacked it.
Yeah, I could see that being like a version of Link that Midjourney spits out. Yeah, they don't all look like a lot of the ones you guys see on the community tab and Instagram and Twitter is you know, it's after several revisions. It's like, you know, the best of the best. You know, there's a lot of wonky ones that end up getting to that point. Every now and then you get lucky early, but a lot of times I got to spend a little bit of time tweaking it and fine tuning it. And yeah, sometimes because of that, I'll have a bunch. So on Twitter, I believe the cap is 4 images. And on the community tab, it's 5. But I believe Instagram lets you do up to like 10 per post or something like that. So sometimes there might be more images on the Instagram post than on the community tab or on Twitter. So make sure you're following, at Neomatrixology on all 3 if you're into the concept art images. I guess I should post like all of them on the Matrix University Discord. I just figured it was redundant because the tweet was going out. But now that I'm saying it to you, there are ones that haven't been posted. Right. And then there's like ones that didn't make the final cut because at the end of the day, you've got to at least make the 10 cap on Instagram. So I guess I'll like post all the raw ones on the Matrix University Discord as like bonus content. And yeah, you were talking about like I said, I'm still learning how to use it myself, but yeah, I'd be willing to show the family, on the Matrix University Discord, how I've been approaching the whole mid-journey concept art thing. But yeah, like I said, I've been having fun with that and encourage others to try it. Oh, what character is that? Oh, that was one of the minions here, right?
Yes. This is the one I was looking for.
Yeah, that's really cool. What's the is it F10? Is that the screenshot command?
I think it's F12.
It is F12. You mind coming out into the snow with me real quick here?
Yeah, lead the way.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Stepan RZR says the pics you've been uploading are dope. Yeah, man, it's all well. I'm collaborating with Midjourney. It definitely has been fun for me to come up with stuff. And what I really like about Midjourney as like a creative tool. Well, first of all, the obvious is I can't draw worth a lick. So the fact that I can, see images that I'm trying to express with my imagination delivered by the machine like that is pretty cool by itself. But then the other side of it is it's just, it's very time efficient, because when you send the command, you kind of have to wait for it to process. So like I'll throw it an idea and then like go DJ a party and make money in the real world and then come back and it's like, oh, that's cool. Let me see if I can tighten that up or, maybe if I add this element or, try this command or that command or, this detail that might, make it look better. And like I said, the ones that you guys are seeing posted are usually several revisions later. But like I said, just the ability to be able to see something in my mind's eye and then like have an idea and then just send it to the machine and then let it try to paint it while I go do other things in the real world is just very convenient. Because, I know like that's the thing, Vesuvius, like you've always been the king of Matrix daily posting content, right? Like, Matrix Online pictures, screenshots, like everything. You've got like a good stockpile or vault of images kind of ready for that. So while I can't promise that I can, come up with a mid-journey image every day, so far I've been doing it it feels like every day. So that's been really cool to kind of have some daily Matrix content to share with you guys. That's been fun, and I know somebody posted that it feels like I'm telling a story, which I believe my reply was, "What if I told you we are?"
Yep.
And by that I meant, well, I don't want to spoil too much, but some of you yellow pillars out there know that I've been working on a couple of different fan fiction projects behind the scenes. So what I will say is some of those images do and will reference some things that I'm hoping you will get to see and experience in the future, and I'll just leave it at that. Kavian says, "Have you ever changed to watch Matrix Explained?" I did hear. I think somebody shared a video link, so it was good to see that crew is still out there. I know I reached out maybe a couple months ago and didn't hear anything back, so got a little worried. You never know what's going on out in the world. But yeah, it's good to see that there are other Matrix content creators still putting out content to soak up, because we know Warner isn't right now. So get it where you can. I don't know if I haven't checked and seen if Jam Punch has done anything Matrix related recently either. But yeah, it's hard because they're not giving us a lot to work with here. I think a lot of us were at least hoping that Resurrections was going to open the door to more content at the very least. Like I said, to expect it to keep up with the Star Wars or Marvel pacing was unrealistic, just from a simple numbers and demographic standpoint. But I thought we would have gotten something story wise. So yeah, hopefully these the Agent Syndicate comic that we're working on now, and the follow up to Simulation Theory will be some worthy snacks for you guys while we patiently wait. Yeah, Vesuvius, I think I asked you in the pre-production show, but have you heard any like real official Matrix news since the last live stream? No, right? Like there's nothing.
I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't. I'm still waiting for that card game to come out.
Oh, right. That's not even out yet. Wow. Yeah, and it's crazy because I was thinking the other day that it's December 14th. 51 weeks ago, Resurrections came out, and we were premiering Beyond the Glitch, and it was a totally different Matrix holiday feeling. But that was part of, I guess, the inspiration behind just jumping on tonight. Like I said, this is freestyled. We didn't really have anything planned. I just was hoping that there was snow in the emulator, which thankfully Vesuvius found. And here we are trying to resurrect some of that Christmas Matrix spirit of 2021. Yeah, Steppen. He says you can make some great expanded Matrix content just using those images and fleshing it out with audio or copy. I mean, I dream real big, and that's what I wanted to hint to. Some of the stuff you've seen, that what you're talking about is happening. I'll put it that way. Not all of it, but the idea is, or at least what's been great for me as a creative mind is, right, I'll have all these different ideas, Matrix themed universe ideas, but I have like really expensive ideas. I don't get to make all of them. But with this, I can at least share that idea at some level, which is like really fun and refreshing and maybe even therapeutic. Who knows? Um, but yeah, at the pace that I'm coming up with, because it's like, it's like concept art, right? So it's almost like one of my inspirations for the comic that I'm working on, the Agent Syndicate comic, was just remembering that in order to get the Matrix greenlit in the first place, they basically had to turn the screenplay into a comic book. They storyboarded the entire film in order to get it approved. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at with my inspiration behind that comic, is that like I said, I've got these really big, really expensive ideas, but again, w- as as Chadwick put it, with resources, you can do great things. So this mid journey experience has been a great resource because it's one that isn't so expensive that it's out of reach or not practical. It's affordable, it's accessible, and yeah, like I said, I've just been having a lot of fun sharing these ideas, because that's kind of the lesson that I was hoping Warner or Village Roadshow or whoever would learn from Beyond the Glitch and Simulation Theory and the upcoming Agent Syndicate, is that there is so much room for expanded content in this universe. And while the numbers, most people, most fans, they know Neo and Trinity and Morpheus, excuse me. Um, but there is so much room for new characters and expanding on some of the fringe characters that we've already been introduced to. And like, the formula is out there, right? So, you know, it's like, your move, guys. This can be done. Like, I'm showing you that it can be done, and I don't have the resources or the access. Um, so to be able to do it as an individual is actually kind of cool by itself, right? But the bigger goal is to just get more and make more, and hopefully at the end of the day, we'll look back and there'll be a body of work to reflect on, and hopefully one day people will debate, is it connected, is it canon, what's that whole Matrix University movement, and
Yeah,
where
that's
does all
the
that content fit into the universe?
yeah, that's the ultimate compliment. Is the fans questioning like, hey, is this canon? That like when I played the Matrix Online, the goal was to create an event that people weren't sure if it was official or not.
And I think that's the part that not only are we trying to highlight, I mean, even just by being here in the emulator right now, right? Because I feel like the emulator itself has kind of been like this beta metaverse, right? Like a lot of the stuff that they talk about doing in the metaverse, we experienced in the Matrix Online, 13, 14 years ago now. Um, but yeah, I think that's part of what made the Matrix Online so special. That feeling that you just talked about is, this motivation, this desire to be a part of the story continuing. And I think that the technology has made it that should even be more accessible to us as fans, that there could be so much of that and so much more of that in this universe, specifically when you're talking about metaverses and Ready Player One scenarios and machinima and all the stuff that Gata was talking about. And I mean, that's I guess for me, especially with the whole kind of mid journey wave over the last couple of weeks and the John Gator interview before that, I just keep getting these visions reinforced where I'm seeing this future where us as fans can go into these digital spaces and create, right? Um, a phrase I used to use when actually I saw it in a documentary. It was in a documentary about DJ culture and how like in production and like how like the technology made everything easy, and you know how like everybody's like suddenly like once music went digital, everybody with that MacBook was a DJ overnight. And in that documentary, somebody said they said the consumer has become the creator. And you know, now that's the technology is taking that way beyond music now. And you know, we've seen it with photography. Now we're seeing it with Midjourney and other AI art softwares. And you know, I see it with the 3D artists becoming more popular and more common as the software becomes more accessible. And again, I think that when you merge that potential with metaverse spaces, you know, again, I see this vision of a future where we can be in these 3D environments or these digital environments, creating stories, creating cinema in these environments, and then rendering it and sharing it. And while I see that being a very cool future for us, it's definitely one that could threaten certain parts of certain structures as they are. So, you know, change always comes with some fight. And I get it that the technology still has to grow. It's still new. And, you know, I'm not expecting this to happen overnight or even necessarily by next year, but I do think it's coming. I do think the writing is on the wall. The conditions are right. It just seems to be the direction that things are going, and I'm excited about it as a creative person. I'm really seeing the envelope being pushed with all this stuff. So
Yeah, I've already got an idea to kind of do like a slideshow. Like I'll use this to create some images and finally make like a video for that story I wrote that I had my daughter dictate. That kid next door. You know, it's like how a blue pill child would behave in the Matrix if they were kind of exposed to some red pill culture. So I'm kicking up some images now, just kind of playing with it, and hopefully I got a project on my hands.
yeah, and like one application, and I think this is actually what put it on my radar in the first place. Again, like shout out to Roberto Blake. He was just talking about using Midjourney for like thumbnail art, right? But like when you just said that thing, what you just said about the blue pill, you know, take for example the storybook voiceover that you did, that project, right?
Yeah.
So now with Midjourney, you can make a concept art or an album art or a cover art for that project. Like that kind of accessibility, I think, is where this thing can go to the next level. Just I mean, and this is a comment that we had already read in this live stream, right? Just being able to expand these ideas, and yeah, man, it's exciting. And I see you out there, Miss Cat. Meow to you. She said she watched all the Matrix movies today, so that's like 12 hours, right?
Whoa.
Nothing we haven't done before. Yeah.
First time watching them?
Oh, most definitely not. In fact, I know for a fact she's seen the Animatrix.
All right. Well, I won't ask how you know. Yeah, I'm still trying to get my kids to watch The Matrix 1.
Oh, they're not. Is it too long? They're just not interested?
I don't know. So they watched the Lego movie last week, and I'm like, well, if you guys like the Lego movie, The Matrix is pretty much that, but with kung fu and no jokes. Like it's not as funny. And they're like, no.
Stephen says, you know how sci-fi ages after a while? I feel like Matrix never ages to me. Like they planned for how things in the world would play out and how it would be relevant to their story. So that how do I articulate this? What you're saying is one of the reasons why I'm like so frustrated that we're not getting more content right now, and that the content isn't tied into a Matrix design metaverse for all of these things to be happening simultaneously. But yes, I agree. And sometimes I can be impatient. I think in general, with the Matrix franchise, I have tried to display patience over these years. But yeah, that particular one, and like I talked about in the last live stream, it's a big reason why I didn't play the demo when it came out last year. I played it few weeks. Well, it's probably about 6 weeks ago now, right? And yeah, man, like I wanted more because I felt like all the pieces are in place, for us to like really experience the Matrix franchise in a way that was teased when they connected Enter the Matrix to the sequels and gave us the Animatrix and gave us the Matrix Online and let all those things kind of tie into each other. We can have that type of experience on steroids right now. Like the conditions are right, the pieces are there, they just have to be connected.
Yeah, the technology has caught up.
Yeah, man. Like, okay, I get it, MXO was ahead of its time, but we ready now. I mean, Joker says kids are amazed by flashy things and colors. It's X-Men in the 90s was so popular, maybe.
Yeah. Well, and the Matrix is kind of the opposite. It's all monochromatic with a greenish background. But I just remember it looks so great. Like that first scene where the SWAT team is they're hunting Trinity, and they're in the hotel, and that place just looks like a wreck. Like just the detail on the wall, it like captured me. I don't know. I think it was 19 when I watched it. So my kids got a few years to go, but man, what a story!
So Stephen says, I feel like they knew we would make the new Matrix content and use AI to do it. Dun dun dun. Yeah, man. I mean, if you listen to that John Gaeta interview, I feel like he kind of like I could almost like hear the smirk on his face when he was talking about like working with the Unreal Engine crew and like how those assets are kind of like out in the ether now, like leaked, right? Yeah, man, I think he knew what he was doing. Now, I'm not in a position to take advantage of Unreal Engine as a creator. Like I'm not a 3D animator, but I have recognized that what he was talking about made things easier for the next wave of 3D animators who utilize those tools. And with this Mid-Journey experience, this is what I was trying to articulate before. Like in my mind's eye, I see a not too distant future where the simplicity and accessibility that we're experiencing right now with Mid-Journey will be accessible in a 3D animation sense. And to your point, it wouldn't surprise me if the Matrix Awakens and what he was talking about with Unreal Engine 5, if that was part of that future, if that little step of accessibility, inspired the right person or opened the door for the right person who then creates the AI that lets us create 3D animation as easily as we can create um, AI art right now. So oh yeah, I wasn't kidding. That's the cat's name. She said, "Revelation of today, I learned Deja Vu was the kitty cat's name." Now, the cat's name is Deja Vu in Resurrections. Prior to that, I believe we just kind of named the cat the Deja Vu kitty as fans, like collectively. I don't know that any one person can take credit for that. Um, but by Resurrections, it was officially on the cat's um, bowl, right?
Yeah, it was the Deja Vu cat, and in the game it was a glitch kitty.
Yeah, it says the same reason Lucas waited and he did Star Wars trilogies in different order because he knew the technology was getting better. It's funny you say that because when you're talking about simulation theory and Beyond the Glitch and now the Agent Syndicate, um, there are loose tie-ins to each other, just quick references, but yes, all of these are projects that are coming out because I don't have the budget for Project Ladybug. Technology's there. I just can't afford to do it yet. Kavion Davis says, I watched the first Matrix since I was 5 years old and became a fan of the Matrix. Yeah, man, that's a long time.
5 is kind of early.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, no, I
and
know. I've run into a couple of people who were like playing MXO when they were like 12 and 13. In fact, I think one of the guys that you had on your podcast and his podcast said that he was like super young when he was playing it, I believe.
yes, yeah, I can't remember who that was, but it was more popular, obviously, back then. The sequels were huge. The sequels were huge. It was television commercials and everything else.
Oh, you're preaching to the choir, Mason. He says the Matrix is my life.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome to the bottom of the rabbit hole. You are not alone. Massive Attack dissolving girl. Oh, right, because she was talking about Matrix music, but that song wasn't on the soundtrack. Chaos Nova says, sorry for the long delay in getting another lore video, but it should be better for the next episode. Yeah, man. We haven't been given a whole lot of new content to deal with. So yeah, I mean, we can always go back and talk about existing things in the universe. We haven't necessarily discussed every single thing. There's always something that we can find to talk about. I guess for me, a couple things. One, if we're not getting any new content, I didn't want to like run through everything because if I gotta stretch it for the rest of my life, then there's no real rush, right? But the other side of the coin is, I guess for me, like as a content creator, I've been just kind of like patiently waiting for, I guess, people to get over the Resurrections anger or whatever you want to call that. Because like you said, the sequels were massive, right? But there was pushback. There were people who didn't like Reloaded. There were people who really didn't like Revolutions and were vocal about it. I think the difference is, in 2005, we weren't on Twitter. So there was not like this rush to ruin it for everybody if you didn't like it. or maybe they did feel that urge, and I just wasn't as exposed to it because social media wasn't what it is now. He says 5 is early. One of the potentials in the Oracle's apartment. That's great. And Chaos has a nice little stat here. It says Reloaded was the highest grossing R-rated movie until Deadpool. Did not know that.
Wow,
Learned something
really?
new. You feel me? Learned something new about the Matrix still to this day.
Damn you, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, it's tough.
Ryan
It's a
Reynolds.
tough.
Ryan Reynolds is kind of circling the Matrix. He was in that Free Guy movie, which was, had Matrix themes, and he's got his own cell phone company.
That was Zach Penn too, right? Free Guy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think the Zach Penn script should be a 3D, like instead of an Animatrix like episode. I think it should be like a full length 3D Matrix movie. I think that should be the way they should go with that. That way, like the live action is like Wachowski only as far as the films go.
Like Ready Player One.
Well, that was live action though.
But it was like filtered to shit though. It was kind of. It could have been live action, but it was. What's it called? Where they get the capture? Is it just motion capture?
Motion capture, yeah.
But mostly animated, right?
Like when they're in the game, yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess it did have some live scenes.
Lorenzo says animated film can give us even cooler Matrix action moments. I agree. Yeah, I have I made a Smith meme about autocorrect. It's on Instagram for sure. I would love to share it on the screen here, but I'm trying to that was on my last computer that I made that, so trying to find it. You know what I mean? The folder that it's on this one or whatever hard drive is not real practical to do in the middle of a live. But it's definitely on my Instagram somewhere. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's the thing. That's why I get it that Warner has not expressed any green light for any metaverse situation specifically. But okay, fine. Start with another console. Like, just give us something, man. We'll play. We'll buy.
Yeah, I'll buy a freaking PS5 for
That's what
The
I'm saying.
Matrix
I will go
Awakens.
through the hell of tracking down a PS5 for whatever ridiculous amount of money they want to charge me for that right now. If you give me a Matrix game and it's on PS5, that's what's gonna happen. He says I really need some pixel art Matrix games like on the Genesis. Yeah, everybody here, they need to make more Matrix video games.
Just type in like 8-bit or 16-bit Nintendo, or no, 16-bit Matrix game, and like there's got to be like a walkthrough or something. It'll be like a side scroller game. There's a video out there.
Yeah, even Chaos knows about the Flash arcade Matrix games from the old website.
Yes, the Flash games. Yeah, the lobby shootout.
Yeah, actually, I think that was the lobby shootout. I think was one of the ones that I couldn't find. I did a video with the ones that were still floating around, but of course that was after they shut down Flash, so it was kind of hard to I installed whatever Flash emulator was available, but there was a couple of the original ones that went on there. He says, "Imagine a Matrix shoot 'em up or run and gun." That's what I mean, man. Like, I want the Matrix Online meets Grand Theft Auto, full world, but also like mission mode. Like it's got both. That's what I really ultimately want. Like the social aspect and just like the traditional video game option. Like that's the best of both worlds to me. Kavion says, "What kind of hovercraft ship do you have?" That is like the greatest question. This is why I love this experience and all of you, because there's like just this matrix wavelength that some of you tap into. I mean, I know that the source is strong in Kavion Davis. He supports on multiple platforms. That's like always a good sign of the gold code running through you. But yeah, he said, "What kind of hovercraft ship do you have?" So, spoiler alert, I actually did a series of mid-journey concept art where it's basically I've merged the Skynet Cyberdyne hunter killer aerial technology with the hovercraft technology. So that would be the kind of hovercraft ship that I have. I didn't post it yet because we were doing the Oracle thing today, and I think Seraph was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So I felt like that was more, the whole Liquid Huzu and the Cyberdyne and the Skynet references are, those are real specific and real, really far down the rabbit hole here. So I guess I wanted to get out some of those more, I guess, obvious Matrix themed ideas first. But yes, I do have some very cool hovercraft ships that I'd like to share with you guys. Maybe I'll post that tomorrow. Yeah, I was working on some images before we went live, but since it came up tonight, I guess I'll have to post the hovercrafts for you since you brought it up. But the source is strong in you for sure. Oh, I guess my my MXO crashed. I was idle for too long in the snow with Tengu. Yeah, he says there has to be a Flash game graveyard somewhere. I mean, there has to be more than Max Payne and Alan Wake. Yeah, no, like I said, I found when I made that video, I found one that had a bunch. It had a handful of the Matrix Flash games. It just didn't have every single one of them, but it had a bunch of Flash games in that library. I don't remember the name of the library, but in the video, I'm sure that I linked the library in the description. Yeah, we had Kat says Street Fighter Matrix Edition. Yeah, we had Interlock in the Matrix Online. So I would definitely hope that there would be some type of PvP player versus player action in a future Matrix game. Right. That is, we need an Assassin's Creed in the Matrix universe. Yeah, now you've got my gears going. Now I'm like thinking of different crossover images to try to spit into the Mid Journey machine. But again, if you guys are like completely lost, or you know, just need a couple of pointers to get started, like I said, if you want, I don't mind showing you what I'm doing on the Matrix University Discord. Because like I said, I don't know that I'm necessarily in a position to like make tutorial videos with it. There are definitely people who understand what's going on way better than I do. I'm just kind of tinkering around with it. And like I said, I'll do a whole series of revisions before the stuff you guys are seeing on the screen here. You know, it did take, when you factor in the time that it takes for the machine to process the idea. You know, I spent a fair amount of time making some of them. Ironically, like with most art, for me anyway, like the Source Heaven one, the Machine City Gold Light one, that one actually came pretty fast. So sometimes the best work comes out the quickest. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna, you know, keep that coming pretty consistent as long as Mid Journey works. Because yeah, that's another thing. Last night it was shut down for a while. They were doing like some maintenance or updates or something, and then it took them like a while to get it back up. They're like, oh, it'll be up by 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and then, you know, 10 o'clock rolls around. It's like, oh, another 15 minutes, and then 15 minutes roll around. Oh, another hour. So that happened, and then today, before the live stream, because like a lot of times I'm dealing with the bot in direct message, but you know, there's a Discord server, and like it wouldn't let me in the server at all, which was weird. And then
Yeah, I was getting that too.
okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're going through stuff over there. I don't know what's going on specifically, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if one day we just can't use it at all. Like that wouldn't shock me at all. So get it in while you can. Steppen asks, how was the soundtrack for Matrix 4?
I would say it was, I mean, not quite as iconic as the original trilogy.
Oh, definitely
But-
not as iconic as the original soundtrack. I mean, because that's what I was gonna say. Like the original soundtrack had records like Rob Zombie, Dragula. You know what I mean? Like that's a classic record now. You know what I'm saying? Whereas with the Resurrection soundtrack, it was really just the music from the actual movie, right?
Yeah, most of it.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was the music that you heard during scenes. It wasn't like they were bringing in outside artists. You know what I mean? Like there was no like Rage Against the Machine song on there. You know what I'm saying? It says, what happened to Seraph in the Matrix Resurrections? Now, from my understanding, it seemed to be implied that the Oracle disappeared before the purge or was erased during the purge. As we know, Seraph was repurposed to protect the Oracle. They're not real clear on what happened to her. Now we know in the Matrix Online, she died, and then we had to like Humpty Dumpty her back together again, right? But yeah, like I said, you know, we did bring her back in the Matrix Online, and Seraph was part of that. But yeah, they didn't really tell us in the Matrix Resurrections if he was a program that chose to return to the source, or if he got swept up in the purge. or if he is still hiding as an exile. What would be your prediction or bold pick as far as what happened to Seraph in Resurrections? B.
Well, I imagine he got deleted in the Purge, but I don't really know how that happened, and I don't really have like ideas on how that happened. I don't know if they were like just copied and dragged to the recycling bin, or if they had like upgraded agents that just went in and just killed everybody. You know, it's in which case that would be interesting because, you know, we could gauge their strength against Seraph. You know, see, that's
So-
the thing. That's the thing about the fights in Reloaded. A lot of people, their complaints about the fight scenes in the Matrix Reloaded was that Neo was so crazy overpowered that none of the fight scenes had any stakes, and I completely disagree with that because we know that Seraph was his equal. We know Ballard was pretty darn close to both of them. We know that the agents couldn't hang with Neo, yet Agent Smith could. So when people fought, and you know, you can kind of compare and rank them, then those fight scenes had, you know, a lot at stake.
So my interpretation or how I imagine the Purge going, right? I imagined a reset of the Matrix, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're not like with the Merovingian in one of the train man's constructs underground somewhere, then you probably get swept up in that, right? Then okay, it's snowing at Medium Park East now. Are you still in Uriah?
Yuki?
Oh, Yuki, yeah. Are you still in Yuki?
Yeah, I'm there.
So yeah, I was saying, yeah, so I imagine that most programs that weren't supposed to return were swept up in the reset. But then I imagine like them like kind of sending out a wave or a few waves of agents to kind of do a sweep, see if there's any unwanted exiles hanging around, you know, any undesirables.
Well, the reset makes sense because it was a different version. Maybe some incompatible code, but then you get the Merovingian and his handful of exiles, and you know, why not keep Persephone around? I mean, there's a plethora of reasons, but I would imagine, you know, you keep a couple of your more popular guards, keep Persephone.
See, you keep saying her name, and this is so hard for me. This is another reason why it's hard for me right now because I'm working on this stuff, and we talk about stuff, and I don't want to spoil stuff.
Don't spoil it.
Right? So I'm just gonna keep that in mind. Or I want you guys to keep that in mind that V kept mentioning Persephone, and I'll just leave that there is a reference and leave it at that.
Yeah, she could get a Codex particle skeleton on my ship. Did I say that right? I know that's your line. I know that's your line from Simulation Theory.
Right, that's what they're called, right? The codex particles exoskeleton, something like
Yeah,
that.
that's it. Exoskeleton. Thank you.
Steppen says, let's get in touch with Adam Savage and start working on a hovercraft. By the time we get it together, we'll be able to power it with cold fusion. Okay, where'd you go? You're not at the dojo anymore.
I'm like right outside.
Oh, yeah, I was on the wrong side. Told you. Keep losing my mouse in the snow. Joker says Merovingian killed Persephone for betraying him with Neo. I mean, that would be the slow play though, because they were definitely in bed together in the Matrix Online when Niobe busts through the window, right? Oh no, she busts through the door. Ghost busts through the window, right?
He did. Oh, yeah, they had like a major falling out towards the end of the Matrix Online.
Right.
Yeah, they were really barely on speaking terms, and she was constantly
Undermining him.
undermining him in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That went pretty deep, man. Those are the things I really liked about that story, and considering at the time we had one person writing that story and acting out all the missions and working on bug fixes and everything, and then still all these little subplots. Very impressive.
Well, wow. So for a freestyled episode, we've gone over the hour and a half mark. I'm getting messages now from the artist Body, who, if you're in the Matrix NFT community, you might have seen some of her work already. I know she's done avatar sketches for Red King and a couple other members of the community there. So yeah, we've got some comic panel details to discuss. So I want to get into some of that before it's too late tonight, because the faster we communicate these things, the faster the comic will be ready for you to consume and absorb and snack up. And also, right, that's something I don't. So for me, right, I've never written a comic before, so you guys are gonna have to bear with me as I navigate that side of the creative space. But I also like to go with what I know, and in a case like this, I like to, I don't want to go too far away from, what I'm already good at, right? So the format is going to be a little unique. Like I said, I'm more approaching it almost in a way that it's almost, I'm using comic because I was inspired by the Matrix comics and wanted to do something that could fit in that space, but also my style is kind of more dialogue. So yeah, so it's going to be very dialogue heavy. But she's got skills as far as, like the drawing and bringing the characters to life in a still frame of animation. So with the comic, it's kind of like the artist Body is the star and I'm like the supporting cast. yeah, I'm really excited to work on it and finish it and share it with you guys because it's going to be different. But I think you guys will appreciate the approach and the references because just like Beyond the Glitch, there's going to be, or there is some very interesting references, some obvious, some not so obvious. So yeah, is there anything that you're working on or that you wanted to tell the class before we wrap things up here, Vesuvius?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram. That's my main hub for my online Matrix activities. So I got a tour of the city going on right now. So if you played the Matrix online, I'm going to feature all the cool things to see in the city, district by district. And for the holidays, everyone will put on like a background, like a fireplace or something on their TV with some Christmas music. So I've got a Matrix Christmas holiday code on my YouTube channel, so you can put that up on your TV in your background this holiday. Enjoy it, have a Matrix Christmas, and have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that's a good call, man. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. And in case we don't get a chance to get on before the new year, Happy New Year. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, get into this agent syndicate panel discussion. And this time, well, I guess it was the 22nd. So Thursday of next week, it will be a year since Resurrections and Beyond the Glitch came out. Yeah, I definitely follow Vesuvius on social media at Vesuvius MXO. Follow at Neomatrixology. I'm sure we'll have some treats to post next week for the 1-year anniversary of those things. And if you haven't already, please definitely watch Beyond the Glitch. It has been live on this YouTube channel. Simulation Theory is live. And on that note, class is dismissed.